to me a great pleasure to welcome you to the maiden edition of the NewSpace Africa Conference on behalf of Space in Africa.
My expectations for the conference was just to engage and get an idea of what the new space economy looks like on the continent of Africa.
Kenya is a hotbed of innovation and entrepreneurship. And we are very, very glad to host this conference.
A report that came out last year, and it's really SDG 1, 2, and 3. So that's poverty, hunger, but also health and well-being. And as we look at the research, we know that all of the SDGs are really interconnected, particularly SDG 1 regarding poverty, and it's connected to 10 other SDGs, which I think is really critical, especially as we think about designing projects and the use of space technologies to ensure that we're not overlapping on initiatives.
Probably the best conference that I've attended. You've been able to bring space agencies from Angola, from Rwanda. You've had people coming in from South Africa, from Kenya, obviously, hosted here. So it's, I think I counted 5 space agencies that I've been able to interact with in one venue, which is amazing for me because I get to meet most of my partners in one conference.
For a private sector player, the entry level is a lot lower, right? So if you capitalize on that, there'll be more capacity made available. The question now is, once that capacity or satellite capacity becomes available, what do you do with it?
If you want to build a constellation of SAR satellites, and Africa has got a gigantic coastline and economic exclusive zone that it actually needs to patrol and properly make sure that it happens in the favor of the African economy.
One of the things that I want to stop doing is asking for permission from the rest of the world. I think it's one of those things that we see, for example, when people talk about space debris, right? They'll always look at the emerging markets and say, don't do this, we already have enough out there. We need to go in there, move in there of our own accord, and make things happen. We're not asking for permission for space in space.
My expectations coming here was basically getting exposed to Africa in space and to see all of the interesting and creative ideas that various continent partners have as far as getting into space, and it blew me away. Having the opportunity to sit at the same table with heads of agency, speaking with them, just person to person, was more than I had ever hoped for, and so Space in Africa has done an absolutely phenomenal job of kind of setting the bar really, really high for all spacefaring interest here on the continent itself.